Hello everybody, it's Susan from Susan Makes Jewelry and more. Yes, I'm a little strange tonight. I think it's called sleep deprivation. It's a very good thing, right? Wrong! Makes me crazy. Anywho's, I am doing part 4 of my crazy little series that I've been doing on these metallic clays. Part 1 went quite well, I must say. Part 2, I did 2 different things with part 2. I did a satin slice, of which I really liked. And then I did a mica shift. I didn't like that one so much. I don't know. It just didn't, for me, it didn't look right on the clay. So, so much for that one. And see, I could have just left it alone and just said, okay, well, I did 2 different procedures on part 2, and I promised 4. So, I figured while I was working last night, I did the basket weave cane with the metallic blue, metallic violet, and metallic gold, pink gold. And don't you know, Susan screwed up again. It's all on the video. Please go watch it. It's live. Yeah, I'm going to put the link to all 4 videos on this one. So, yeah, I wasn't real happy with the way things turned out. But I went ahead and went through with it. I mean, it's okay. The basket weave is okay. It didn't, because see, I'm going by this basket weave cane that I purchased. Why should I buy canes if I can make canes, right? Right. Well, and I'm like, well, this clearly is done with Skinner blends, right? Right. Okay. White and Skinner blended with, you know, purple, yellow, maybe a red or orange. But anyway, yeah, not impressed with what happened. I don't know what it is with me and Skinner blends, but when I go to, you know, turn it into itself and make it long, well, you're supposed to turn it like you're gonna put it through the machine again, you know, as you're making your blends, you know, top to bottom, but you do it on the fold. Top to bottom, on the fold. You know, the fold hits the rollers. Like that. And several Skinner blends I have ruined because I don't fold it into itself and then do it this way. So my Skinner blend had blue, pink, and purple in it, and that's what it turned out to be. Ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. And so then, you can barely see the pink, guys. Barely. So as, you know, my basket weave cane was going and going. These are just, you know, the ends. Whoops. Let's get it right. These are just the ends, but yeah, I was not impressed and not happy with my results. So I figured I'm gonna do another basket weave cane because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right, okay? So I actually did the Skinner blend right, okay? We have the bronze, champagne, and antique gold. And I already turned it into itself. So now I'm going to do it this way and make it long. So we'll actually have a Skinner blend. I know you're laughing at me, and it's okay because it's a stupid move. And I'm sure other people have done it, but come on, y'all. How many times do I have to do it? I have ruined 4 that I can think of right off the top of my head. And, you know, clay ain't cheap. And once you do that, you can't go back. The Skinner blend is pretty much ruined. So you're just basically using it for hopefully something that'll turn out right. So, anywho, I wanted to show you that I actually did it right. So I'm going to run it through the pasta machine on my number 1. And I'll probably pop it down to a number 3. And then I'm going to roll it into a bullseye cane. And then I'm going to cover it with this. I didn't want to open up a brand new package of metallic clay. I wanted to use something I already had open because I'm really trying hard not to use a whole container of clay for each project because, frankly, it's ridiculous because I have like little bits and pieces of canes or slabs or what have you coming out my ears. And I don't know how y'all do it, but I keep my clay, oh, let's see if I can grab it. I keep my clay in one of these art books. You know, I of course it's been sitting sideways, so they're all like crazy. This is a Skinner blend, half of a Skinner blend. That was like the first time I ever did a rainbow cane, and it turned out beautiful. But then the half that I used, what did Susan do? She folded it the wrong way. Oh, I was so mad at myself. Then here's another Skinner blend, blue, white, and dark blue. Of course, she screwed the other part of that one up. So I figured I'm going to save the other halves. Both of these are the same process from my babe Deb over at Clay Boutique. Hey, Deb. Anyway, those I'm going to make some stuff off of one day. And then this is a black to silver deal. And then just little, you know, little bits and pieces. I don't throw away my stuff. So yeah, I mean, it all goes in here. And they're inexpensive. And because you have to be really careful with what plastic you wrap your clay in. Because I have learned the hard way. I've put a little piece of clay like on a container, like a little container like this, or I've got tons of these, tons of them. So this one would be okay because it's plastic, rubbery plastic. But this one, it eats the clay. And then it makes it all gooey and yucky. So, learn from my mistakes, guys. One good thing that works are comic book card, well, not comic, but baseball card protectors. Those work great. And even the deals that you put, where you collect dollars, you know, bills, that works good too. Any of those kind of things that you use for holding on to precious things, they'll work good. But then there are some plastics that just don't work well. The best thing to use is either deli paper like this or the patty paper like this. Love, love, love the patty paper. That works great when you're working on a project and you can just twist it around and everything's beautiful. So yeah. And if you're not sure, you know what? The blue bottle tree, I think. She's got amazing content. Oh my gosh. I will put a link to her page. And this young lady has been on it for a long while. And she's tested and done a lot of stuff with polymer clay. And if you don't know, if you don't want to get on that, I'm sure you all are involved in, shoot, ask me, you know, put a little message there in the comments. Or if you know a good resource, put it in the comments. Share your knowledge with others, you know. I hope that I'm helping people, but I don't know. If, you know, nobody makes any comments, y'all. So please feel free to comment. I love hearing all kinds of things. I like to hear if I messed up. I like to hear if I did something good. Now, if I did a mess up, say it nice. Don't be nasty, okay? Don't be like some of them nasty trolls out there. Because I have a bit of an attitude if you do that to me, you know? And y'all be nice over at Clay Boutique, too. I don't know who's been messing with her, but oh my gosh. Leave her alone. She's an amazing artist. Okay? And we're all here on YouTube to help one another because we like to do stuff like this and we like to share what we learn, right? Right. Okay, rant over, guys. I had no intention of ranting, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to roll this out. Start on number 1 on my Atlas 150. My thickest setting is number 1. I don't have 0. I have number 1. And then I'll do it to a number 3. And that's as thick as I would like it. I might even just do down to a number 2. Because right now, this is a number 2. So I might just leave it at a number 2. This one. And I think I'm going to redo this one and put it at a number 1. So, and I'm going to make 2 of these. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, dumb me. I got on my little high horse. What I did was I had half a block of Cernit opaline. And I absolutely love what opaline looks like. It's almost like porcelain, you know, like a porcelain doll, the skin that a porcelain doll has. They're gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And so this is primary yellow of the opaline. The pearls are great. The metallics, as you can see, are fantastic. And the camera does nothing about showing you how amazing all this stuff looks. So if you'd like to purchase something, let me know. And then you can see yourself. So anyway, I'm going to go pull this out, make it longer. I'm going to press this through again on a number 1 and leave it thicker. This one I'm going to put down to a number 3. And I'm going to roll this up in a jelly roll. And then I'll be back. I don't like to do the pasta machine because I have to put it on my work surface because I don't have any place to tie it down. And it's silly. So anyway, I'll be back. It'll be a few minutes for me, but it'll be seconds for you. I'll be back in a minute. I'm back. Okay. So I rolled this out on a 2. So it's still relatively thick. And I rolled it all up. Look at that. Now you can see all 3 colors. All 3 colors. not 2. I'm very proud of myself. And let me tell you, it took me a minute to just sit and look at it. I'm hoping that I don't look a crazy fool putting together the basket weave. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to get a crack out of that dang video because I looked absolutely stupid trying to put the lines in the right way. I'm like, this is like a puzzle for stupid people, because let me tell you, Susan couldn't figure it out, that's for dang sure. I was getting so frustrated with myself. Oh, well, these things happen, you know. All right, let's see. And we scoop it up. And roll. Whoop. Looks like it got thinner right in here. That's okay, I'm going to do a second wrap on it anyway. Went a little too far. Maybe I'll take part of it. Golly. I'll take part of this and just kind of throw it in there so it doesn't look silly. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing great. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome aboard. I'd love it if you'd hit that like button and the share button and share this crazy woman's road to crazier things with your friends. It's fun. And I'm teaching myself about how to make things. And it started out with polymer clay, and I've been working with resin almost as long as polymer clay, but I really hadn't been showing much of it, but I'm going to start doing that too. So anyway, let's see, I'm going to run this through again because that one spot got too skinny on me. So anyway, if you are new, welcome aboard. If you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe. It is free, doesn't cost you a thing. I'm trying to be more frequent of my my content posts. If you have any ideas of things that you'd like to see, I'd love to hear it. Things that I would like to eventually start doing. I want to learn how to do fluid art as well, because I can combine my resin with that too. I've already got a lot of the stuff I need for fluid art. My only thing is I really don't have room to do it, because you've got to have a place for it to dry, and you've got to have you know, level area for things to be done. So yeah, that's my only drawback on that. So I'm hoping I can find a place that I can do that at. But anyway, let's get this a little bit skinny and see what we can do. Let's see, is that gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be thick enough. Okay, y'all. And remember, sometimes you get some sticky clay, and Cernit seems to be very sticky. Okay, now I just did it on a 1. I didn't even do it on a 2. I'm gonna, because I want this top layer to be a little thicker. So, and I always start out with the 90-degree angle, so that when you put it in, it just kind of melts into the lines. So Looks like, try you out for that. All right, y'all, let's get this done. And here we go. Just kind of blend it in nicely. Look at that, just blends right on in. Isn't that amazing? And do it, you know, carefully so that you don't get air bubbles. Well, air is not our friend on working with polymer clay, is it? Okay, I'm just going to do it this way. Because this clay is awful, awful sticky. Sticky, sticky clay. So yeah, what I did was on this, I didn't want it like slap you in the face bright yellow like it is normally. So I added a small chunk of pearl clay to it. I figured I'm working with metallics. Let's stay with the metallics. So that's why it has a pearl sheen to it. So I hope you can see that nicely. So anyway, let's get to reducing. Now I always start in the middle, make a waist. Every lady likes to have a small waist. Then I like to start with one end so that we don't have a lot of bad ends. We don't like that because that's waist. And I had some pretty bad waist yesterday. I was not pleased. Look at this. Look at how awful that was. I wasted all that clay for what? Oh my gosh. I pray this turns out better. I really do. And I give it a good roll. Roly-poly. And then you just pull and roll, pull and roll. And it usually works pretty good. Once you get it started, you know, nicely, you don't necessarily have to do the waist and all that. Now, some people do. Some people, that's all they'll do. But I like to start in the middle, kind of work it out with my hands. And then I pick it up and I kind of twist it. And it keeps it going pretty good. And make sure that both ends are even. See, this is smaller here than it is here. So I had that happen yesterday. Because when we get to the point of making the actual weave part, everything's got to be square. Because this is what happens when the boxes aren't square. See how, well, don't look at their, you know, squigglies. They're not supposed to be, but see how one is thinner than this one? Yeah, it doesn't look right. So you really have to be careful when you're doing your reduction to make sure, oh, my rings are making marks. So you just, you know when it's right. And it never fails. There's always one side that works better than the other. That's just life. So let's get her down. I'd like to get it to 8 inches if possible. So we're almost there, but we got to give a little room for the wasted ends. So this is some sticky clay. Sticky clay. Okay, so we've got plenty of room. Let's see. Look at that. It's like a tree ring. Isn't that cool? You can see all 3 of the colors instead of this craziness. See the difference when you fold your Skinner blend properly? So that is a very good example of do not do what Susan did. Don't do it, guys. It's not fun. Oh, it's so pretty. Now let's see if this darn thing is going to work for me. Make sure I can do lines. Okay, I'm at 9. This one's still not even. Okay, I'm going to cut that last inch off. And you can always use these for flower petals, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so we are at 8 inches. Well, let's do it here so that y'all can see. Okay, so we're going to do 2-inch increments, so that'll be 4 pieces. We'll do a 1, a 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so then what we're going to do with these guys is we're going to mash them down. Mash them down and make sure that it's not, you know, concaved. Make sure that it's all kind of even. Both ends are the same. And you really don't want to lengthen them. You just want to squish it down, okay? So let's squish, squish, squish. So the last time I did a lot of the squishing on with my roller, but I'm going to try not to use the roller if I don't have to for these, because I think it will be better if my fingers did all the work. Although it sure would. See, a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I've watched 2 different videos of how to do the basket weave, and Donna Cato, I love that girl. She is so smart. She's been doing clay for a while. You've heard of Cato clay, right? Poly clay? Yeah. Yes. And she just came out with this new stuff called blackout clay. You can take all your scraps and trash and stuff and put a piece of that blackout clay in it, and it ends up being black clay. Isn't that amazing? So you really don't got to buy black clay anymore, because you're going to just make some with the scraps, right? Right. And you can control how dark of a black you want, all that good stuff. Pretty cool, huh? Yes, I bought me a bar of it. I haven't used it yet because I've been too busy making this stuff up. But anyway, and then Susan Bailey over at Turtle Soup Beads. I love her too. She is so smart. And I love women with the name of Susan, because that's my name. Used to be very popular when I was a kid. I'm not going to tell you how old I is, but I'm not a spring chicken. Susan was very popular when I was a girl. But anyway, another one. I just want them to be equal lengths. And if I got to mash it in a little bit, that's fine. And we just mash and mash and mash. And eventually it'll get mashed good together. But the initial mash, I want to keep these not overly thin. All right, let's see. I'm trying to be more careful with the way I do things. I'm trying to be not anal retentive, you know, but more precise. That's the word. More precise. And that. So we have the 4 pieces. we're gonna then stack one on top of another. And I like to make sure that the ends are right up against each other. When making flowers, it's good to do that too. There's a lot of things that you make in caning that it's really, really good to be more precise than some other things. So now we are going to mash it all together and reduce it. So this is when I'll pull out my my roller and let it help me. Wee-hoo. But we want to mash it down to where it's a square, when you can see it as a square and not a rectangle. Okay, so I'm going to mash it and reduce it, and I think I need 8 inches again. And try to be really careful with your ends, because your middle, if you hit the middle and work your way down, then you'll have less of this happening. Just make sure that you just continue through. You know who I love watching do reduction is the Creative Dork. I just love her videos. When she does canes, it's like, gosh, how did you learn how to do that? She's got some pretty canes too. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this out. I believe I'm going to try to go for 8 inches. Yeah, I'm not even at 4 yet. So I'm going to get it to 8 inches. And then I'm going to cut it in half, stick it together, okay? So when it's time to cut it, I'll be back, okay? It'll be just a second. All right, I'm back. Okay, so to recap, we made a Skinner blend with bronze and champagne and antique gold. I had to think about that second color. Then once we got the Skinner blend, we made it into a jelly roll. Then we wrapped it in some primary yellow opaline mixed with pearl. Sculpey pearl. Wow, can't even think. So we got that all done up, and we reduced it to 8 inches, cut it into 2-inch increments, and then we mashed all those down to where they look like this. Nifty, huh? Now here comes the fun part. Let's put her at 8 inches again. So sticky. And we're going to do 2 inches again. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's get rid of that little taggler. All righty. What did I do wrong? I think I messed up, y'all. I wasn't supposed to cut it in 4. I was supposed to cut it in half. Ugh, Lord. See? Don't pay attention. Yeah, I was supposed to cut it in half. Oh, golly. I'll be back. Okay, I had to go back and see what the heck I did wrong. I wasn't supposed to do it in 4 slices. No. Just the first time you do it. So, as soon as you flatten these out, then you put them together on top of one another, and you reduce it down to where it's a square. Then I got it down to 8 inches, cut it into 2-inch increments, okay? And I hope this doesn't affect me because I did cut them in half again. I don't know why I thought I had to do that, but you know, I'm not perfect. I honestly thought I was going to go right through this today with no problems. Right. Susan is trying her best. Okay, and I want to get to 8 inches again. Well, just a hair bit more. We'll cut our ends. Whoa, that's some curvy stuff. It's supposed to look more like that. Okay, but you see it's in a square shape, not the insides. It's, you know, this is a square shape. So we're gonna make sure these are even, because you don't want it to go cuckoo crazy. Now I've got it to 8 inches. We're going to cut it into 2-inch increments again, okay? And then this is when we start making the basket weave. So let's do a tua, and a tua. This is probably going to look silly, but you know, because I did this. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. Well, at least I gave you a humorous video to watch, right? So our little dudes are going up and down. So then we want side to side. Now see how important it is that they are square. Because last time when I did my other one way was a little thinner. I didn't get it all square. So that's why I'm kind of pushing that fact. Then we're going to do the opposite. Now see how that looks thinner than that? It's supposed to be a square, not a rectangle. So see, that's better. And make sure that this side fits, you know, end to end. Then this one is going to go up and down. Nope. Side to side. Nope. All right, Susan, where'd you mess up? Side to side. But that's side to side. What am I doing wrong, you guys? Up and down. I am doing it right. Oh my gosh, you guys. Does that mean I'm crazy or something, or I'm lost something on my mind that I can't look at a line and know if it's up and down or side to side? So we have going side to side, up and down, side to side, up and down. Okay, guys, okay. Help me, help me. Oh, golly gee. I can't believe I actually did it right. Last night, it took me, oh my gosh, I don't know how long to figure out how to do it. how to make it right. So at this point, you can reduce it down. And see, what I did was I reduced it down and I did it again, where I think I split it in half, put the two ends. But you do what you want to do. I think what I might do is reduce this down one more time so that it looks more of a basket weave. Okay, so do a little zhuzhing here. Shouldn't do this too awful much because it's going to mess up your the square sizes. Okay, so that don't look so bad, does it? I'm hoping that once we make some stuff, it'll look better. And you're just going to mash, 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 and just make sure that you're, keeping it relatively even at the end. And you just mash it down, flip it, mash it down, flip it. And as you're doing it, it's slowly moving this way, okay? So you just slowly do it a little bit at a time, okay? And if you want to pull on it a little bit, you can pull as you mash. You can pull as you mash. I'm not so good at that, but I like to mash it. Just mash it. And you can make this cane as long as you want. And one of the habits that I have gotten from watching Susan Bailey, I think I started watching her when I first started doing polymer clay because her tutorials are really good. She's cut dry. That's my stuff. This is my job. This is my business. I like to have a little humor involved, but that's okay. Susan does some amazing stuff on her, what is it she's doing, on, in the, her, first page, when you turn it on, okay, it must be late because I'm having a brain fart. The intro to her channel. She does the most amazing animation with this little doll, and she has this little room with the doll, and sometimes she even puts another doll in there that denotes Tiny Pandora. Teresa Salgado. She's an amazing, 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 amazing tainer. I'm going to leave some links to some YouTube channels, y'all. There's Deb over at Clay Boutique, and Teresa at Tiny Pandora, and Susan Bailey at Turtle Soup Beads, and I think there's one more. But those are the ones that I learned the most from. Now, Deb over at Clay Boutique, that girl can make some faux stones. She's like super good at it. And yeah, she's amazing. I actually got to do a collab with her a few months ago, and we had a lot of fun. And so yeah, she's a neat lady. She's very funny, and yeah, I hope one day we can meet. That'd be fun. So anyway, I have pulled this out to probably 6 inches when I cut the ends off. So I'm probably going to leave it at 6 inches, and then I think I'm going to just give it, whew, that looks like the measles or something, some kind of something you'd see under the microscope. Oh gosh, I'm losing it, y'all. Anyway, let's cut this bad boy off. Oh yeah, that looks like some germs, doesn't it? They're like swimming around. All right. So, okay, it's just a hair over 6. Let's give it a little tiny trim here and a little tiny trim there, just to even it out better. Okay, so this is where you choose. Do you want to leave it like that? Or do you want to do one more? And because they look so ridiculous, I think I'm going to do one more and see if it'll work. So I'm going to cut it in half. And there. Oops, I'm sorry. And I'm just doing opposites because I don't want them to look exactly alike next to each other. So then you just mash it down and you do it as much as you want. And like I was saying, one of the little tricks that I learned from Susan Bailey at Turtle Soup, she puts gold leaf or silver leaf around all her canes. I do it to all my canes. See, there's blue on this one, silver, silver. Because then when you make your pieces, the things you want to make, it just shows a little hint. You see, all of my, I've been making a bunch of translucent canes because I'm going to start making Christmas gifts. But see, I have there, can't really see that. But I've been like popping them out left and right. This is all made with translucent clay. If you're interested in making canes, translucent canes, I'll be happy to teach. But all these have, see, they have foil on them. It also keeps them from sticking to one another. I like that idea too. Otherwise, you're just going to have a bunch of canes that are sticking to each other. But then I usually take a piece of deli paper and do that up. But anyway, let's see where we're at. Okay, we're at 4 inches. Let's cut it in half. Now, if we want, we could go one more time. But because of me cutting those 2 in half, it really messed up how everything's lined up. So most likely I will just keep them like this, you know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just stick them together. Right? Yeah, what the heck. Just kind of merge those little bad boys together. We'll put some gold foil on them. And then I'll make a little slab and we'll hopefully have something that looks better. Now I am going to continue practicing on how to make these darn things. I feel so bad that once again I messed up, but not nearly as bad. Not nearly as bad as I did yesterday or last time. So anyway, let's see what they look like, shall we? What do you think? Looks like a bunch of germs or worms or something, doesn't it? It doesn't look like a basket weave because they're not even with each other. Well, I promise that I'm going to continue to work on this because I happen to love the look of the basket weave. I think it's amazingly gorgeous. I think what I'm going to do, the next one, I'm not going to do a Skinner blend. I'm just going to do like maybe black and pearl. I've got a lot of pearl clay, just don't have much white. Oh no, I lied. I just got some from Blueberry Beads. Yes, Blueberry Beads is where I get my clay, and Oh Joy Creations is where I get my cutters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these out into a slab. I'll probably take some of this stuff, make a backing sheet, and use up my scraps for my backing sheet. And then I will make some jewelry and get it all done. I won't add anything to the end of this. I will just post the pictures of what I made at the beginning of the video, okay? And once again, I'm sorry I messed up again, y'all, but I don't know. Maybe once they're baked, they'll look better. Maybe it's just a color scheme. I think maybe that yellow just kind of, I don't know. I just don't know, you guys. I just don't know. So, anyway. All right. So, once again, I want to thank you for coming by. Thank you so much for your support. I've hit 500. Yay! 500 subscribers. Once I get to 1,000, big giveaway is going to happen. And I'm sure I can get a couple of my little buddies to add a little something. Okay? Let's see. Thank you so much for coming, you guys. It really means a lot when I see people coming back to watch my videos. I would love it if you guys would leave some comments. I have one video that I really screwed up on. It was what I do with liquid polymer clay. And unfortunately, I put the music on and when I was editing, and it is so loud you can't hear me talking. So I have been told every single person that watches it, they get on there and they tell me it's too loud, you can't hear me. I know that. I get more views from that doggone video. I mean, I made some gorgeous stuff, and I might do another video on doing liquid clay, because it's a lot of fun. It is a ton of fun. The kind of silicone molds that you use with resin, you can bake in those, and you can use your liquid clay. So I've made some really cute stuff with liquid clay. And then I'll take, well, I've done videos. Look back in my videos and see. But I use like nail stuff, nail decorations to put on my blank stuff. And I don't believe jewelry should be blank. It should have a little some pizzazz and some zhuzh. And I'm a blingaholic. I love sparkle and bling, and especially rhinestones. You do not want to see what my stash looks like. Oh, my husband would just have a heart attack if he saw them. So it's just between you and me, okay? Anyway, thank you so much for coming. I probably have said that 60 times. But I am truly grateful for each and every one of you for coming by, spending a little time with me, hopefully getting a laugh, hopefully learning a little something new, or maybe you can teach me a little something, or, you know, give me an idea. Tell me give me some ideas of things you want to learn how to do, and we can learn together, okay? So I promised that I'm going to master this basket weave cane. It is driving me bonkers. This is now the second one I've done, and I'm so embarrassed. You'd think I'd have learned. Well, I kind of learned from the last one. I didn't mess up the Skinner blend. All I did was the first cut. I did it wrong. I'm so mad at myself. Anyway, guys, I'm big on random acts of kindness. Every video, at the end of every video, I ask that you do something nice for someone else. It could be as little as smiling at someone, opening a door for someone. If you can, buy someone their lunch or whatever in the line behind you. Buy someone a coffee, or I don't drink coffee, so I'll take a Frappuccino with no caffeine. Or a slush, or a soda, or, you know, you don't have to go to any expense if you can't. If you let someone in the lane in front of you, if you're stopped at a four-way stop and it's your turn, let the next person go, you know, so that they can go ahead of you. So just little things like that make a world of difference. So anyway, I'm going to shut my mouth and get off here. Here I thought these little videos were going to be shorter than the normal ones. Wrong, because I talk too much, and I know I do. I'm very loquacious. So anyway, I'm going to get off here, and I might surprise you guys with the next video. I don't know for sure what I'm going to do yet, but it's going to involve resin. Okay? So I hope to see you guys on the next video. Please like and share and subscribe. Okay? Thank you guys. I love you all. Have a good one and be nice. Bye.